YouTube, what up? What up, guys? It's your boy Pops from Pops and Pootie. So I've been seeing a lot of people been giving their 2023 gun collection. So I figured I'd give mine as of today. You know, this is my collection as of today. I didn't just start buying it this year, none of that. I've been collecting for quite some time. So I figured I'd join the trend and share what I got. But before I touch anything, I just want to let everybody know that everything is been safety checked. No guns are loaded. And as we go through this, you'll see that as well, because I will show you. Man, that dread, boy. Oh. So yeah, without further ado, let's start into my little gun collection of what I have. We're gonna do the pistols this video. The next video will be about the AR rifles and AR pistols. And then we'll do a video after that of the long rifles and all of that good stuff. But today it's about the pistols, handguns. So with further ado, let's start it off with the smallest caliber. Clear. Butler Association 22 CB short, single shot derringer. Quick back view on this. Older guy I work with had one, brung it in and I saw it. And once I did that, I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's something you don't see every day. So went to a gun show, was gonna buy one, but I had a range day with the fellas and didn't end up staying because it was gonna be a 3-hour wait to purchase it. So I passed on it, kicking myself in the butt about it ever since. Well, went to a pawn shop one day, you know, cause I just be out checking pawn shops, finding hidden treasures. And one was in there and hey, what can I say? Hurry up, snagged it, brung it on home to add to the collection. Another derringer, clear. This is Berryman 22 long rifle. Double action. Me and my son Pootie was out, you know, pawn shop browsing as we normally do. And I seen this in there, it was brand new. And I didn't have one, my uncles always had one when I was growing up. And I told him I was gonna get that. And he was like, Dad, when I get some money, I'm gonna buy you that. I'm gonna buy you that for Christmas. Well, Christmas came around and Pootie bought me this. So this is even more special that it come from Pootie Man and the family. The next, empty. Beretta 21A. Love the little pocket pistols, if you can't tell so far. Seen this at a gun show, and I'd been looking for one for a while. Couldn't find one for a fair price. Everybody who had them wanted outrageous, and I refused to pay outrageous for it. So stumbled across this, and me and the gentleman done a good deal, and here she is, you know, put her in the collection. Beretta 21A, 22 long rifle. Let me see. Oh. North American Arms belt buckle, 5-shot revolver. 22 long rifle. Probably could shoot 22 shorts out of it too. Backstory on this, yes, it's actually a real deal belt buckle and revolver. It's clear. It's never been shot, actually. It's brand new. It's never been shot. I won't fire this. It's just a novelty piece. But it is a functional belt buckle. Story back behind this is went to a gun show and an older gentleman had one and he wanted 3 times what they go for. His was all beat up, had some Lowe's self-tapping screws in there, and it was shot, and it wasn't worth what he was asking. I don't mind paying good money for old guns because they're antiques and stuff like that. Like, I don't mind it, but I'm not going to give you good money for something that I can be patient and wait. And my patience paid off. 2 weeks of searching, and I found one. Someone told me to check where I bought guns from prior, and lo and behold, they had several in stock. I bought me one, showed my buddy what I ordered. He ordered him one right after me. Nice little concealment piece, if you'd call it that. Let's see. Empty. 22 Win Mag, high standards Derringer. Point, click, click, bang, bang. Saw this at the same pawn shop where me and Pootie got that 22 LR Behrman Derringer from. It was sitting in the case for a while. These you don't see too much. I seen one at a gun show, and the guy wanted like $600 for it. In this condition, right here, just like this, identical. No, and I thought that was crazy. So after I thought about it, I went back to the pawn shop where I got my Behrman 22 LR Derringer from, and the guy told me this worked. It was all good. Done the paperwork, purchased it, took it home. Went to the range the next day. Top cylinder worked, but the bottom wouldn't. Googled some things that was normally would cause that. Got online and looked at the picture diagram of how it was put together and illustrated. Well, it was missing parts. Got on Gunbroker. Ordered me up some parts. Actually, I ordered up enough parts to where once I find me another lower, I can build another one of these in all chrome or polished stainless, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it works now. It works now. I had to add this to the collection because you don't see these every day. 9mm Behrman. Saw this at a gun show. Once again, my uncles, like I said, my uncles and them had them growing up, and everybody had 22s or 22 Win Mags. I never saw a 9mm. So I seen this, seen it in 9mm, jumped on it. Jumped all over it real quick. Another issue. Took it to the range, top cylinder on here fired, bottom wouldn't. But that was a manufacturing default. Got online, done some research, figured out the common issue with these, took it to the lab once again, and hey, all I can say now is it runs flawless. Flawless. I mean, speaking of the lab, when I say the lab, you know, I do my own work. I do my own research and Googling and talk to my local gunsmith at my local gun store and get all the advice I need. So, another Derringer 38 Special, clear. This one's made in, or should I say, exported out of Hialeah, Florida's Derringer X-Cam. It's 38 Special. I bought it just to add to the collection. I didn't have a 38 or a 38 Special or anything like that in the pocket pistol collection, so why not? You know, for the price I paid for it, I couldn't beat it. Nothing bad to say about it. It shoots. I mean, it's not everyday carry, but it is a decent backup. Clear. Ducktown single shot 45 long coat /410. Went to my local gun store, seen this on the shelf, asked the owner about it, or one of the owners, co-owners, and it wasn't ready to be out yet. It was still in the 30-day probationary period. Well, I asked him what he had to have for it. Right at the same time, one of their other regulars was there, and he asked him, he said, well, Dave, what do you got to have for that? And he said, looked at him straight face. He said, Bones, for you, $200. He said, but for him right there, that's my regular. His is $150. I said, at that price, take this money. Take it. I can't give it to you fast enough. I'm going to make you take it. So I gave him the money. He took it, put it up. 2 weeks passed. I went back, did my paperwork on it. I wouldn't EDC this, but I would definitely backup carry this single shot because 410 buckshots, the Hornady critical defense in 410 is serious. I mean, not just that, 45 long coat. I mean, you get one shot, you're supposed to make that one shot count. So if I had to make one shot count, I think it'd be this big boy right here. All right, we're gonna go to the semi-action pistols now. Oh, no, we're not. We're gonna go to stay at the revolvers. Heritage 22 Rough Rider. It is empty. On safe as well. There's a safety on there. Yeah. I do have both cylinders. This is the 22 Win Mag cylinder. 22 long rifle. Buddy of mine bought me this because he told me I didn't have one. He was like, and you need a good plinking revolver. He was like, you got a little bit of everything else, and I don't see you having one of these, so here you go, good buddy. Add that to the collection. That's all I can really say about that. I mean, anytime a buddy of mine buys me a pistol or a firearm or anything, or I buy them one, that's something near and dear to my heart or their heart, you know, because it means a lot when a person looks out for you or thinks about you that much. You know what I mean? It's not a normal gift. This is a lot of responsibility. So if a person takes that responsibility and gives it to you, they trust you and they know you're a real good person, which says a lot about you and your character as well. Just got this one from Fixed. 36 caliber, cap and ball revolver. Was at a gun show. Buddy of mine bought a flintlock. We were both looking at. I told him if he didn't buy the flintlock I was going to. He started laughing. I was like, shut up, I'm getting it. And we chuckled. And so we did our rounds at the gun show because typically we go get what we looking for, see what we looking for, we buy and we fly. Because gun shows can get dangerous for me and my homies. Like, really. Then we'll have mad wives and all of that. But to us, this is an investment. Not only security, but an investment. You know, time capsules, pieces. Like, not just this, but anything. Any type of firearm. New, modern, old, you know, whatever, pre-banned. Anyways, was leaving the gun show, saw this on the older guy's table. He had $100 on it. And I was like, well, what's the best you can do? He was like, well, you seem like a nice guy. Make me an offer. I was like, $5 in a jawbreaker? And that's what I did. Laughed at him and he laughed. And he was like, nah, I can't do the jawbreaker at $5. But we came to a reasonable agreement. It had the piece taped on the side as to why it wouldn't cycle. So I purchased it. It originally was just going to sit on my gun desk or on the wall in my gun room as just a little conversation piece. Well, me and a buddy of mine were out and about one day with the kids, and we stopped at a gun store, and they had an old antique gunsmith in the back. He does all their antique gunsmithing and modern too. Told him what I had, and he was like, yeah, bring it in. I'll get it fixed for you. Went in there that following Monday. That was on a Saturday, might I add. I went in there that following Monday after work. As soon as he seen me and seen me carrying it in the case, he was like, you actually brung it to me. I said, yes, sir. I was like, I'd like to get it fixed to get it working. Well, told me 10 days. When I took it in there to him, looked like the guy I got it from had dipped it in like lac or something to try to save it or something. I don't know. But at that point, you know, when I got it back, it was all clean and nice and stuff. You know, the guy took real good care of it and gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Sorry about that. And took it back to original luster. So at that point, I was like, yeah, perfect. That's right there is what we need. So here's what you have. That'll be coming to get shot at the channel here real soon. All right, now back to the semi-actions. Clear. Taurus TX22. This is Pootie's gun. He was sick one day. Excuse me. And I told him, I said, why don't we go pawn shopping, looking in gun stores, shopping. And let's see what we can find to add to the collection. Well, we saw this. There was 3 colors, green, FDE, and black. And I was like, well, pick out which one you like. And he chose this one. I was like, all right, you sure that's what you like? He said, yep. I was like, all right, that's your gun. I done the paperwork on it, paid for it. And here we have it. So anytime me and Pootie go out to the range and train, this is typically what he used. Every now and then he'll get lucky and get a couple shots of 9, but I'd rather him get fully comfortable with this 22 first before I actually give him something a little bit bigger to practice with. I'd rather his practice be perfect with this than to move up to the next thing. So yeah, this is Pootie's little TX22 Taurus. Clear. Smith & Wesson, M&P, Bodyguard 380, the laser. This is my wife's gun. When we took our concealed classes, this is what she shot with. This is what the instructor at the time said that would be best for her and what she felt comfortable with. So I asked him if he could get me one. He said he couldn't because they were kind of hard, so he would keep an eye out. Well, gun show came around probably about 2 weeks after I finally got my concealed out of in the mail and stuff. And this was my actual first gun show purchase right here. It was for my wife. It was her concealed. Normally when I go to gun shows, I buy her t-shirts or stickers or, magnets for the refrigerator or something like that. But I told her my mission at this gun show is to find you that 380 Bodyguard that you like. And here we go. She carries that G2 Civic Duty in here. The ones that open up like a star, not the RIPs, but the other ones. So, yeah, this is her little 380. Clear. Taurus PT-111 G2 Millennium. This was my first subcompact I bought. I bought this because I was at the range one day shooting long guns with my father-in-law, and we got ready to leave, and the gentleman that was next to us previously had left a brand new box of 9mm rounds, 100-round box, brand new, never opened. And I realized it amongst us leaving, and so the gentleman had already left. So I told my father-in-law, I guess that must be a sign for me to buy a 9mm. Well, I looked. Hadn't made my mind up yet, just started looking for 9mm, and my buddy showed me his like this in black, and I was like, that's nice. I like that. The fact that I got pretty big hands, it's almost pretty concealable, but the fact that my big hands can stay on there, I was like, that's nice. I like that. Not to mention it does have a chamber loaded indicator up top. So anyways, boss gave us this was around Christmas time. We got a Christmas bonus. Well, was at the local Rural King buying some ammo for another gun, and they had these on sale. So wasn't really on sale because I paid full price. Then they went on sale 2 weeks later. They wouldn't even honor me that, so whatever. But it's all good. Yes, and I do have the extendeds for these. I've never had an issue with the extendeds running out of these. I don't typically use it. I just use it for range fun. But yeah. All right. Going on to the next one. See the flag, so you know it's empty. Empty. Ruger 5.7. I always wanted a 5.7. Never really wanted to pay that expensive price for the FN, considering how long ago it had been around and it never really made any changes. So I patiently waited. Ruger came out with this right here. I seen the mixed reviews. I took a gamble. I like it. I like it a lot. Everybody has their options on the 5.7 or their opinions. I like this one. Some other people may not, but it's what I like. It was my money. I don't know if I'm gonna optic it, I don't really shoot it much anymore. Every now and then I'll shoot it, but this was my first EDC when I got my concealed until I swapped it out. Like I said, I don't shoot it much due to the fact that most of the ammo I do have for this is the real expensive stuff, so I wouldn't really want to just go out and waste that, you know what I mean? And a lot of it's the hard to find stuff, or at least for me it is. But 5.7, 50, I'm sorry, Ruger 57. It's a good gun. It's a good gun, in my opinion. All right. Glock 19. This is a Gen 3. This is a factory C. I know it's got a different slide on here. I do have the actual factory slide. I changed the slide out because I wanted to, put a little Hollison on there and just, kind of modernize it a little bit rather than just keep it OEM stock. But this is kind of a rare gem, so I heard. This is a factory minus this. If I put it back in regular configuration, it is a factory 19C from the factory, Gen 3. I've looked on Gunbroker, talking to all my gun dealers locally. Nobody can find a Gen 3C. Find 4s and 5s, but no Gen 3. So it's kind of a diamond in the rough. From my understanding, I'm not really big a Glock guru, so don't punish me, don't beat me on it. But from my understanding, the Glock 3 at its time when this came out was the creme de la creme. So I would say that possibly all the competition shooters or Glock hoarders may have a 19C Gen 3 and they're just holding on to it just because that was the creme de la creme at that time when it came out. I got the 507C on here, fiber optics, suppressor high sights. I got a Clarus flashlight on here. Yeah, I bought a Glock because I needed one. I mean, why not? Everybody needs a good Glock in their collection. Clear. Polymer 80 with the Swamp Fox. I done this in this color combination because you just won't go to a store and see it, you know what I mean? Brass Punisher on the back. It's just one of those you won't see. My brother's been on my heels about it because he told me he has this exact same gun as his Call of Duty loadout. Like, he's been on my heels about this. All the internals are OEM Glock parts, so it does run smooth and crisp. I've actually taken them and kind of polished them and buffed them up, keep them nice and clean. I don't have anything negative to say about it. Not at all. It eats ammo, point, shoot, goes bang. I mean, I wouldn't EDC it or nothing like that. If I had to, I would, but nah, I got a lot of other stuff before I would choose this. This is more or less just to say I did it. Here's another one. This is my original factory. If you see it right there, 19C. This is the factory Glock slide. My slide that's on the 19C that I have was originally put on here, but once I got the Glock, I swapped it out. Long wolf ported barrel, helped keep it down. I mean, just a good planker, nothing fancy. One of those, like I said, another one of those just to say I did it. Clear. Rock Island Armory, 38 Super. The polished pieces, I'm doing that myself. I'm in the process of polishing it up. You know, just doing a little few things. Hogue rubber grip, nice for the fingers, feels good, keeps the hand good. I got big hands. Backstory on this real quick. Always wanted a 38 Super. Every time I would go to purchase it, they would either be gone or sold out or out of stock. So my buddy had a 45 and he was low on cash. So I purchased his 45 and kept it for a while, shot it a little bit, ran into a guy who had this. He wanted to trade. Perfect. I gave him a 1911 45 Rock Island Armory. It had the ambi, it was the tactical version, had the other safety over here, ambi and the adjustable trigger. And he gave me this 38 Super with a 9mm barrel and 2 mags for the 9mm and 5 mags for the Super and a box of ammo. And I gave him, like I said, the 45 ACP with a box of ammo. I did make that even. And 3 mags with the mag included in the gun. So all in all, I would say I walked away a little bit better for the simple fact I got more mags, an extra barrel, and yeah, I got what I really wanted. So yeah. All right. This right here, clear. Springfield XD Elite, 10mm, subcompact, 4.2 inch. This is my EDC. I want the 10 mil because I wanted a little bit more bark. and more bite in case for less fight. So, and by me having big hands, the original compact mag didn't work. So I got online and got the full size 10 mil mag, which is 15, and add the extra, gives me 16. So I ain't gonna lock it in, you see it's loose, but that's a lot better on my hands. So my point of it is 16 rounds of 10 mil with this right here, this Liberty Civic Duty, I don't want to lie to you, but I think it's 2,000 feet per second. That's how fast it is. It's fast. I mean, that'll get you up off of me, need be. That'll get you up off of me. But yeah, that's the EDC right there. Wheel gun, another wheel gun. 44 mag, empty. Tourist tracker. This is near and dear to my heart. My wife bought me this as a wedding gift, and I'll explain a little bit why. So when we originally got engaged and we went looking for rings, I had picked out a nice diamond man's ring, and that's what I was gonna get. Well, we were in the Royal King back home because I was buying up some ammo, and I seen this in the case. Well, my uncle always had a 357 or 44 mag growing up, and I never had a wheel gun that big. So I was like, babe, instead of buying me an expensive diamond ring, how about we do this? Buy me that 44 mag and a cheap band. And she was like, are you sure that's what you want? And I was like, yeah, I'm positive. I'm absolutely positive. And she was like, okay, because I don't want to hear nothing back about it later. I was like, you won't. So we done the paperwork, and I got me a 44 mag, and this was my original band, but a couple Christmases back, I got upgraded to a new gold band. So yeah, this is very near and dear to me. Like, if a person shoots this, they're very close and they're special to me, meaning like family. My brother Andy, you know what I mean? My brother Andy from another mother. Like, it's only selected people that actually get to handle this, seriously. Because if you drop this, well, it's not gonna be good. I mean, because this is just a special piece. So yeah. So for those who shot this, they know that they were special and we're real tight. My 44 mag. So speaking of 44 mag, I went with that 44 mag, Desert Eagle. I call it the Deagler, the 44 Deagler. Always wanted the Desert Eagle. I think most people who own guns would love to own one of these. I didn't go with the 50 because, like I said, I've got tons of 44 mag ammo, and I had already spent a ton of money on stocking that ammo up. So it was like, why buy another caliber and start all over when you have plenty of one caliber? I mean, I can do it. It's just as easy to shoot 50 out of this. It's a barrel swap and a magazine change, and go to the store and buy a couple boxes of ammo. So at that point, I mean, I can add it to it and it's cool. But honestly, even my gun dealer said 44 is better, to be all the way honest with you. For as heavy as it is, it's not really a kicker. It really isn't. It's more of all I can say is it's really just a conversation piece. Kind of like people who collect expensive cars and be like, yeah, I got one of those too. Yeah, I got one of those too. Yeah. 44 Desert Eagle. One of my all-time favorites. Always wanted one since the first time I saw one. So I saved up my money and I bought me one. All right, last but not least. Ruger GP100, 7-shot. This is the smaller version. This is the snub nose, but there's another GP100 that's 6-inch. This is the 4.2-inch. So Smooth, crisp. That's all I can say about this. That's all I can say. When they made this and put the trigger in here, they knew well what they were doing. I mean, there's not much really more to say. The frame is pretty thick. It's nice and solid. It's a good durable frame. I mean, feels very good in the hands. I mean, that's all I can say. Which means I can't even say much bad about it at all. Maybe an extra shot. I don't know. But yeah, it's 357 GP 100. Well, that's it for the pistols and revolvers and pocket pistols and all of that. I've showed you all of that as of today. I got a birthday coming up. I plan on going to buy something extra. So that'll probably be in the maybe the end of the year recap on what I've gotten total for the year total, or where I'm at for the year total. I don't know, but I want to give a shout out and special thanks for everybody who's subscribed and they got their post notifications on, the alerts on, and they get all my shorts that me and Pootie drop, and the ones that leave the positive feedback. Hey, I thank the ones who leave the negative feedback too, because like they say, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing something right. I'm striving to make the channel continue to grow, teach my son more gun safety, more gun education. We'll probably do some gun show shorts or short videos here soon. I don't do much of those because it's a lot of those running around. Yeah, this is probably the first, actually it is the first real deal video for the channel. So with that being said, thanks again. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their friend to tell their friend's friend to tell a friend. Pass it along. Pass it along. Share the tag, share the vids, share the posts, share it all. If you see me at the gun range shooting, you're more than welcome to shoot anything I got. I love to pass on the 2A, you know what I mean? Pass that community on to other people. That's why my kids are into it now at such an early age, and even my older kids. Because in today's society and in today's world, it's best to know about it than to not know about it. With that being said, thanks again, y'all. I'm out.